If you keep overthinking, doubting yourself, and keep on procrastinating on your business, do this one exercise just 5 minutes a day. This will rewire your scarcity identity and you will run your business much better, right? Um, every time you wake up in the morning, right? First of all, what you do is be thankful. Say thank you that you're alive, right? Because that is the most precious thing. The problem what happened is if you wake up in the morning, all what we do is we go right onto the phone. You wake up, relax, but then you suddenly going to stress. You don't have to do that. It's a habit. It's a habit coming from a scarcity identity. So what you can do is wake up, be thankful. Um, think about, visualize your goal, right? Because if you visualize your goal, if you put your imagination, and the thing is, your imagination and your reality, your subconscious mind doesn't actually identify what is real or what is not. It is what you put more attention at. If you put more attention on your goal, if you visualize your goal and you just keep on thinking on that, your subconscious mind, you can trick that in a way that it will think that that's your reality. So your behavior will suddenly change. So the best practice you can do in 5 minutes a day is visualize, right? When you wake up in the morning, first be thankful, visualize, and then write down 5 things what you are grateful are about, right? And most of us, we think that we act as we are on a scarcity is because we always keep on chasing, right? We always focus on the things that we don't have yet. And because you don't have that, you are in an anxiety. You're operating with fear. So to rewire that, you sit down, pick 5 things that you have, that you are thankful of. First, you are thankful of, for example, your life. Be thankful that you have food on your table. Be thankful that you can pay your bills. Be thankful that you have a roof over your head. Be thankful that your kids are happy or you have friends. All those small things are things that we mislook because we keep on chasing, we keep on focusing on the things that we don't have. But if you actually look on the things that you have first, then you will realize I'm not that in a struggle, right? Struggle inside our head compared to the reality is we exaggerate. The more you actually focus on the things that you don't have yet, we are going to exaggerate the struggle that we have in the reality. It's because you are focusing on the things that you don't have, we keep on exaggerating that struggle. So the real struggle is not on the present moment, but the struggle is what is your perception about the struggle that you're having, because you compare it on your vision. And operating in that way, you are actually self-torturing yourself, right? So we don't have to do that. So we switch perspective. First, focus on what you have. Because if you focus on the struggle, you mislook. You don't appreciate what you're having. You know, there are a lot of people who are even in more worse situation than you yourself, right? If you have water, if you have electricity bills, you have internet, you have social media, you have your online business, you have all the tools that you have. But if you don't look on those things, you can never build your online business in the right way because you keep on chasing. So write 5 things, right? Write 5 things where you are grateful at. Be mindful on your thoughts. Be mindful of your emotion, right? Understand that you're the boss. Your emotion and your thoughts are just your servants. They appear in your consciousness. They appear on yourself. So if you put attention to it, if you put attention to those thoughts, to those emotions, it becomes stronger. And those thoughts and emotion that is coming out of fear, the more you put attention, the more powerful it become. You become the victim of it. So be mindful of that. So first thing in the morning, here's the 5 step. Here's the 5 thing. Here's the things you have to do: is wake up in the morning, be thankful you're alive, right? Write down 5 things where you are grateful at, right? What you have learned, right? You've been even paying your bills, you have food, all those small things, it compounds. It makes yourself more relaxed. It makes you realize that you are not that struggling than what you think you are. Okay? And then be mindful, right? Be mindful about how your thoughts operate, how your emotion operate, and you need to understand you are deciding what you are going to put attention to. So put attention on the things that you have. So this will show you that I've more than enough that than the idea of I'm struggling, right? The most of the time we struggle because we keep on thinking of the things that we don't have, and that's self-torturing. So just by doing that, waking up in the morning by being thankful, write the 5 things that you've been grateful at, right? And then be mindful of your thoughts and your emotion, and then visualize, think about your goal, right? Put that goal in the present moment from your imagination, and don't just visualize but feel it, right? Those things, if you do that every day, 5 minutes a day, this will rewire your brain, and you will see that your behavior will change as well with your online business. You will be operating from more on an abundant identity. You will be no more on a scarcity. You will not be anymore operating from fear or from anxiety, but you will be operating from someone who is grateful, who has gratitude, and who is more calm. And another thing to add on this 5 minutes practice is, before you sleep, think about your goal. Feel it. The moment that you're almost sleeping, that's when your mind is on the alpha state, going to the theta state. This is when your subconscious mind is the most receptive. Visualize your goal, what you want to achieve, and then feel it. And do this every day and see how your life change. Alright? By the way, I have a free community. It's called Mindful Growth Maven, where I going to teach you the 5-day Scarcity Detox Bootcamp. It's gonna be live next week, and join my community. It's on the description. I also have a coaching call if you want to join. It's inside the community. I have some free resources, and I can also coach you. It's available inside. Just go to my description, then I'll see you there. All right? Peace.